I'm doing my November TBR. I'm still on my laptop because I haven't gotten batteries yet. Because I'm lazy and I haven't gone to the store yet. I'm gonna go over quickly what I've done in terms of my October TBR. I only have the books I have not finished yet. So you can be disappointed in me soon. Very much so. I haven't finished Oathbringer Part 2. Are we surprised? But it says on Goodreads I have started it, and I am still on page 3. So, I haven't started it yet. I lied. I thought I was going to, and I didn't. I haven't finished Even If We Break. This is one I subbed out for, Phase 9. Even If We Break. So, yeah, no. I didn't finish it. I do expect to finish this one by the end of the month, so there is that. I haven't even started Fox, so it's not going to be finished. I haven't started Elantris, so it's also not going to be finished. I haven't started Triggered by Donald Trump Jr., but this is one that I want to have read before November 3rd, so I expect to get through this one relatively quickly and finish it up, if not by the end of this month, before November 3rd. And I haven't even started Leviathan Waked by James S.A. Corey. So overall, I finished Phase 1. I DNF'd the book for Phase 2. For Phase 3, I DNF'd one of the books, and then also completed the other. For Phase 7, I completed one of them, having completed the other. For Phase 7, it was Words of Radiance Part 2, and then Oathbringer Part 1, so I finished Words of Radiance Part 2. And probably would have had time to at least get like halfway through Oathbringer if I started it immediately. For Phase 10, I completed both of those. For the skips, I completed all 3, however, I subbed out 2 of them. I subbed out for The Dagger in the Desk and Beast Boy, and then for Wildcard, I also completed both of those. So I should be getting the rewards for skips and wilds, which means that I can mood read a phase, and then I can also skip a phase. Yeah, I get to mood read a phase or skip a phase. So let's get into the books that I have chosen for this month, and we'll see. However, we're also going to be doing a couple of other things as well. I got a lot of, random letter generators and random color generators, and so I decided to do that one kind of live instead of, like, pre-filming it. So that's going to be fun. We'll see how well this works. Let's go. So for Phase 1, I chose fantasy over 300 pages. Oh, I messed up. I also didn't finish this one. So this is also one you should be disappointed in. I didn't finish this one, and so I chose it for Phase 1, because why not? So, Scarlet Odyssey by... I still can't pronounce his name. Maybe I should just Google and see how it's read. But for Phase 1, this is what I chose. It is a fantasy over 300. It's like 500 and something. But at that point, I had already known I didn't have that many big books on my TBR. And so I was like, yeah, because none of my prompts specifically said big book. So Scarlet Odyssey. For phase 2, I had a Kindle fantasy, and I chose The Girl Who Drank the Moon by... You would think I would have my Kindle open so I could tell you, but I don't. The Girl Who Drank the Moon. By Kelly Barnhill. I didn't go over what these are. This one is, if you guys watched my last video, you know, but this one is about a society where men are warriors and women are mystics, and it's got some magic. However, there is a character named Cello, and he kind of follows the more feminine arts, and while the queen allows him to, she also sends him on a quest that's going to take him out of their lands. Tribe. So she kind of kicks him out of the tribe, and he goes on this quest to defeat this enchantress. And he meets another group of people, one of them being a girl character who wants to be a warrior. So they both kind of break their roles in society, but it works. The Girl Who Drank the Moon is about this witch who does something with stars and moon, and she accidentally gives someone moon powers. That's like all I know from it. And then for phase 3, I got G6, which was a non-fiction one-word title. And this one's a bit of cheating, okay? But I didn't like any of the other prompts. And I'm going with 1606 by James Shapiro. And the reason I'm going to use this one, because it does say William Shakespeare and the Year of Lear. I'm going to count the William Shakespeare and the Year of Lear as a subtitle, and that the official title is just 1606. It's cheating, I know. It's my game, I can cheat. Alright, for phase 4, I got a Red 6, which is a sci-fi short book, and I chose the fifth book in the Animorph series, and that book is called The Predators. The Animorph series is about this kind of group of characters, and this is another series I absolutely love because it gives me Power Rangers vibes, and they meet this alien, and this alien gives them the ability to shift into animals after they've like touched them and made this connection, so they can shift into animals. And they're trying to fight this alien race that's taking over the world, and it's like infecting people's minds. It's great. So I'm on book 5 of it already. So finally, for phase 5, we got Yellow 2, which is a random letter generator, but it's any genre. So I'm wondering if I can do this on my phone, and let's see, hold on. Can you guys like see if I do this on my phone? I think so. I think you guys can see if I do it on my phone. This is the one where I had word generator, and then like I had 15 clips of me trying to figure out a word that would fit and then none of them fitting. Because I had it. Because I just had it on my, okay, so right now it's showing X. I hope X doesn't pop up again. M. Man, I should have saved the girl who drank the moon. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so for phase 5, I had to choose a random letter generator, any genre. You saw that picked M, and so I'm going to use Celtic Myths and Tales. This is one of the Epic Tales editions. I think this is edited by... Who's this edited by? It doesn't say, but there's a foreword by Jake Jackson. Part of the reason I got this, okay, so part of the reason I'm choosing this is because there's like a whole bunch of King Arthur legends in here, and I love King Arthur. It's also the second one I found. The first one was The Mists of Avalon, which is also a King Arthur retelling. I would love, love, love to read it, but it's 800 pages. So, also, the reason I wanted to read it is because I have Irish, I am of Irish descent, and so they started, or they're part of the Celtic, they're part of the Celtic people, and so it's kind of, showing me what, my ancestors would have been, hearing and reading. I don't know if that makes sense. I know it's, a really stupid reason, because I am, or not stupid, but it's, a really weird, kind of nerdy reason to read this, because I am an American. I don't identify as Irish. I don't say I'm Irish American because I didn't immigrate from Ireland. I'm just American. But I did have ancestors who lived in Ireland, and I thought it would be kind of cool to hear what their culture was kind of like. Alright, phase 6 is a color generator for any genre. So, do I have any more letter generators? Yeah, I have to do 2 more letter generators, so I'll just leave that one up. But I'll do my color generator real quick. Okay, so right here, this one might be harder to see, but did it generate? I don't think it generated. Red. It looks orange, but red. Okay, hold on. Let's not use that one because it's small. There's one that takes up the whole page. Alright. Oh, this one's like a palette. It gives you lots of colors. So let's use this one. What's it? I don't have any now. Where's the one that takes up? Oh, here we go. This is the one that takes up the whole page. This tab here. Oh, so very, very bright pink. Any genre. I know which one I'm going to choose for this. I was like, you know what? Next I'm going to get a color generator and it does pink. I'm going to choose this book. Alright, let's go see if I can find it. I threw it in that room somewhere. Not threw, but I put it in that room somewhere. So you couldn't really tell on my phone, but these are almost the exact same shade of pink. But Loveless by Alice Osborne. Osman? I was saying born. Oseman. This is about a girl named Georgia, and she's kind of struggling with relationships. But I particularly picked this up. I'm kind of iffy about this one because I know some things about it, and I just don't particularly want to read about those things. Although I've heard it has good anxiety rep, but whether the anxiety is just general or social, or if it's about the thing, I don't know, and so we'll see. But I'm kind of iffy about this one, so I'm excited but also nervous to read this one. Okay, hey guys, so I got a random color generator, and the color that was generated was pink, and so I was gonna read Loveless. However, I got my Bay Crate for October in, and this, you can't see it again because crappy camera, is what came in. It's Persuasion by Jane Austen. It's this pocket edition. It's really, really pretty. On the back it says, "You pierce my soul, I am half agony, half hope." But look at the foiling. Oh my god, it's a rose gold. I don't know if you can tell. It fell out, so got little crinkled pages, but it's a rose gold. So I am going to actually switch this out. I'm not going to count it against the 3 switch outs because I haven't technically started my November TBR. And I'm actually going to try and not start my November TBR early. I'm going to start on the 1st of November. The only 2 books that I might possibly start early are the 2 books that got moved from this month's TBRs to next month's TBR. So I'm blanking on the name. You'll find out. You'll know. Because I think only one of them will be up by this point in the video. Oh, my meatloaf is ready. You guys want to see what I'm eating tonight? It's leftovers. Oh yeah, you guys get to see a different part of my house. Okay, so it's this Mexican meatloaf with a little bit of green beans and mashed potatoes that are still wet, or still frozen, so 1 minute. It's not ready. But yeah, I'm going to be reading Jane Austen's Persuasion, so I love this edition. It's so pretty. I really shouldn't. I've already started one of her books, actually. Which one was it? Was it? No. It wasn't Persuasion. It was not Persuasion. It wasn't Emma. Which one was it? Was it Pride and Prejudice? She did write Pride and Prejudice, right? I'm not dumb. Hold up, not that. Oh wait, there's an easier way to figure out which Jane Austen book I started early. I'm trying to scroll up my Goodreads because I probably took it off my Goodreads. I started it. There we go. I haven't updated my reading year in months, so this is going to be a lot of fun because I have it on Excel. But let's scroll through and find Jane Austen once this finally loads because I haven't used it in forever. No, it's Jane Fenton. Where do you go to search? I forgot. Oh wait, find and select. Find. Jane. Oh. yes, I did start Pride and Prejudice. Didn't finish it. Didn't get that far into it. We're starting Persuasion because look at this book. It's prettier than my Pride and Prejudice copy. There we go. This is a 4-minute clip. Alright. So for phase 7, I was supposed to choose 2 books, and I only wrote down 1, so now I'm gonna tell you what the first one is, and then go see if I can find a physical book, and then kind of play around with my phone. Because I have a lot of books on my phone. So the first one was Del Toro's Quest, Book 1, The Force of Silence. Del Toro's Quest follows this boy. Yeah, he's a boy. And his father's friend who, and they go on a quest, as you can tell by the title. Because I watched this TV series when I was in 5th grade. My dad was military. We were stationed in Korea. I would watch this series every night after Awanas Club. I loved it. So I know a lot about it. I've been rewatching it, but kind of stopped rewatching it. It's kind of a mess. So I bought the book because I found out it was a book series, and I was like super excited for it. And it's basically about this land, and they were protected by like this magical belt that the king was supposed to wear. But as generations went along, the king stopped wearing it. It started losing its power. This villain came in and took over. I believe he's literally called the Darkness. I might be wrong, but it's something like really simplified, or not simplified, but he's like, the Dark Lord, or the Lord Ruler, like one of those kind of names where you're like, he's the villain. There's nothing morally gray about him. And so Del Toro's Quest is about this boy who goes on a quest to like find the stones and put them in the belt and get the power again. And so he's doing that, and then he also has to go and find the Lost Prince because only a member of the ruling family can wear it and use its magical abilities to get rid of this villain. Yes, so let me go see if I can find another short fantasy. Physically, I don't think so, but we'll see. Alright, this one isn't really a short book. Normally, I'd say like 250 or under, or like 300 and under, but I really don't need another Kindle or iPhone book, and I also don't think I have any. I don't think I have any that are any shorter or significantly shorter than this one. It's 398 pages, so it's under 400, and it's a mail grade, so it should go by quickly anyway. But this is The Ring of Solomon, which is the prequel to the Barmaeus series. And it's about Barmaeus, who is a demon, and he gets called? No, he gets... I don't know. There's something about a temple. He ends up going on a quest. Yeah, he has no intention of helping someone, but he kind of gets dragged into it. Oh, it takes place in Egypt, I believe. No, I'm wrong. It takes place in Jerusalem. Like, literally, the first line of the synopsis says, "It is 950 BCE, and King Solomon rules Jerusalem." Illumina? Okay. So now we have another random letter generator, except this is for fantasy. This is phase 8. So I don't need that. Alright. For some reason random generated, like, it like did this. Generate H. I already did Hero of Ages. A fantasy that starts with an H. Let me go. Alright, I'm going with Righteous Fury by Marcus Heights. The H is in the last name. Normally, or I tried to find one, at least physically, that had H in the title. I just couldn't pull it off. I might have had one on my Kindle or something like that, but I have a lot of reads on my phone already, and I typically get through those slower. It was between this one and Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, and I chose with this one simply because it was shorter. So this takes place in the same world as the Dwarves series, but it follows the Alfar, and then this one follows, I think, the Alfar long before the events of the Dwarf series, so it's a little bit of a prequel, and then I think 2 and maybe 3 take place during, and then 4 is after. I don't know. But this one in specifically follows Cathalar and Cinthoris, and they are competing warriors. They're trying to enlist a powerful demon to strengthen the army. They have difficult political goals. Cathalar is determined to defend the borders of the Empire and preserve its cultural identity, a conservative approach with broad support among the elite. Meanwhile, the more ruthless Cinthoris is intent on invading the Empire's enemies and crushing them once and for all. It's kind of interesting. And then we have a Kindle any genre for Y1. This is phase 9, and I chose Harry Potter: A History of Magic Book 1, Journey Through Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts, written by, again, you think I'd have this open, I don't. I'm gonna say J.K. Rowling, but I'm probably very wrong. It's probably not. I have another Kindle book that's really pink. Oh, well, I have 2, but that one fit the color better than both of those, but... It is written by... It doesn't say. It doesn't have it on the cover. I don't feel like opening it. And then, finally, for phase 10, I have a random letter fantasy again. So, let's get another random letter. Generate C. Can you see that? C's backwards. I can't fix that. Alright. Let's go see. Couldn't find anything with a C that I really wanted to read, so I'm going to generate another letter. Q. I absolutely do not have a Q, but I should probably show you. O? Do I have an O? I don't think I have an O. W. W. I saw some with W. I'm debating on if I want to put myself through that. Because, okay, look. I have a lot of W's, but they're all like over 500 pages, and I actually want to like attempt to finish my TBR, so S. Okay, cool. This is S. I can work with. Okay, so remember how I didn't want to read W because they were all like over 500 pages? That was basically, I didn't want to put the effort in to read it because I got S. And, well, there was a shorter one, a way shorter one, Strangest Dreamer I could have gone with. I chose The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch, or A Sword Named Truth by Sherwood Smith. This one is 722 pages, and then this one is 741. Now, they're approximately the same size and length, with this one only being 20-ish pages more. But this one, and they're like same size this way, but this one physically looks bigger. Like you would think this is like almost like maybe 300, or maybe like, you know, like 500, but it's like 700. So basically, I just didn't want to put the effort in with those. I don't know which one to decide. This one, I don't know much about it. We follow Locke Lamora. She's a she's I don't know. We follow Locke Lamora. She runs basically like a gang of thieves, and there's like this big bad who she's trying to defeat. That Locke Lamora is trying to defeat. I don't know her gender. His gender. The gender. The Lamora boy. So it's a he. I'm sorry. I heard it's like Six of Crows, but better, and so I love Six of Crows, so I do kind of want to know. But I know people, or I've watched people who are like, I like both of them. So I have this one. So A Sword Named Truth by Sherwood Smith is about long dormant magical forces are moving once again in Sartorius Delis. Agents of Northunder, a mysterious bastion of incredible dark power, have reappeared in the world, amassing resources and sowing instability. But with numerous nations led by young rulers brought too early to their thrones, the world is hardly ready to defend itself. That sounds like every fantasy. Like, they're all never ready to defend themselves. Atan is still uncomfortable with her new queenship gained after her country was freed from a Northundrian enchantment that left it frozen outside time for a century. Senrid strives to establish rule of law, seeking to exert control over rebellious jarls in a distrustful military academy. Jailo never expected the responsibilities of leading his nation, but when its dictator vanishes after Northundrian attack, Jailo finds himself taking the reins of a country so riddled with dark magic that its citizenry labors for mere survival. These leaders soon realize that any significant victory against Northundra will require an alliance between their nations, yet good intentions may fracture in the face of personal grudges, secrets, and inexperience. As the Northundrian attacks become bolder, the members of this tenuous alliance must find ways to trust one another and bind themselves together, lest they fail to defend against a host that has crushed entire worlds. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch, even though, again, it has it in the author's name instead, unlike A Sword Named Truth. Oh no. You know what? But I literally hate myself because I also have, because you guys don't know what the other books are. So I'm going with The Sword Named Truth. I'm doing it. I'm sorry that at first I was like, nah, I don't feel like it, but I do. I really do. A Sword Named Truth. So for Wildcards, I have series. I have 3 books for Wildcards. So ready? Okay. So first, I'm reading Erased 3, which you would think, don't you have the physical copy of that? Yes. No, I don't. I thought I ordered 3, 4, and 5, but when I got my shipment, it was only 4 and 5, and when I looked back at my order, I only ordered 4 and 5, so I bought the Kindle edition of Erased 3 until I could go physically get it, order it physically. And that is by, who's Race? Kazuo? Because, I have, all of his manga that's out right now, or I have 2 of his series at least. I finished one of his series, except there's another book out in it, book 6, but it's only in Japanese. So I'm waiting for it to be translated to English so I can continue on. I literally scrolled past it. Where is Erased 3? Literally a white cover. When I did this, I was originally thinking about just doing 4, 5, and 6. Or not 4, 5, and 6, just doing 3, 4, and 5 over Ace. There it is. Kesebe. I was wrong. But I do have a book by Kazuo that I was previously talking about in a different video. So yeah. I also chose to do Forever Theirs by Katie Roberts. Yeah. Katie Roberts, not Roberts. Which follows this prince and this bodyguard and this girl. I read Theirs for the Night, which was a short story that was a little prequel to this, so I'm counting it. So there we go. Then, for finally, which this is why you guys are gonna think I'm really dumb, The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. I really can't not put Brandon Sanderson. I cannot not put Brandon Sanderson on my TBR. This is the first TBR, spoiler alert, where I only have 1 of him on here. But yeah, The Hero of Ages, it follows Fen, and she is Mistborn. She's a Mistborn, and a Mistborn is you can eject metal, or inject metals, and depending on what metal you inject, you get this certain ability. This is the conclusion to at least Fenn's part of, this is the Mistborn trilogy, but now there's a second Mistborn trilogy. So this concludes Vin's Mistborn trilogy. And so I might as well finish it. I really need to. It was a year between me reading The Final Empire and Well of Ascension, and I don't want to wait a year. It's been a few months. I can get back into her world. Alright, for my skips or rereads, I only have 1 physical reread. I have to do 3, only one of them physical, and that's with The Fire on High. This is another book I didn't finish that I forgot to tell you I didn't finish. So be disappointed in me when you realize that I didn't finish. 8, I did finish half, or DNF'd. I finished or DNF'd half, so I don't get punished, but this is another reread. The other ones are The Things a Brother Knows. Oh, this is by Elizabeth Acevedo. I'm not telling you what any of these are about. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. This is about a girl who, if you watch my last video, you know, but she's a teen mom, and she really likes cooking. It's almost has a magical. It almost has a magical realism element with her cooking. You can say it does because it like magically makes people feel better, and she just kind of knows what to do. Or you could just say she's a really good cook. It kind of depends. I like to pretend there's like magical realism because that was maybe one of my favorite parts of this book. But she really likes to cook, but she's like, I need to be more practical about what job I go into versus following my dream of being a chef. So there's that. So then we read The Things a Brother Knows by Donna Reedhart. This is a book about a boy. When I first picked this up from a library, because I first read it as a library book, I didn't know what it was about. Finished it immediately, bought the Kindle book. But it's about a boy whose older brother was deployed. Like, he joined the military and deployed, and he came back, but he came back different than he was before, and the younger brother is trying to figure out why. Like, he doesn't understand. Like, he understands, but he doesn't understand. And there is, like, that little sadness. And I'm rereading a book I'm pretty sure I read earlier this year, but you know what? I want to read it again. And it's Song for a Whale by Lynn Kelly. And it's about this girl who is deaf and she knows sign language. And she finds out about this whale who can't communicate with other whales because the frequency of which that whale communicates is wrong, and you follow both of their perspectives, and it's really good. I cried. I'm kind of hoping to cry from it again, but I decided I wanted to reread it. It's 4 a.m. I have class at 12. That's 8 hours of sleep. I only need 7. That's fine. So yes, that's it. I'm gonna go to bed now and pull this all together for you guys tomorrow, and I will hopefully get it published. I need to edit this other video I had that got cut short for reasons that I'll explain in a separate intro. But I'll do that tomorrow, and I'll pull them together and post them. This one will definitely be posted first. I have a couple of video ideas. The other video you can expect to come up at some point is Read, Rewrite, Burn. But I have 2 other ideas that I need to get done. So yeah, and these are the 2 books that I'm going to be trying to read before October 31st. The 31st I'm going to be like super busy, so these are the 2 books I'm planning on getting done.